Hello, good morning, YGG fam. How are you all doing on this Friday? Hope you're staying safe. Hope you're making some money in the cryptoverse. We've got another Friday hangout here for you regarding the YGG Play platform that has just launched earlier this week. So, if you have any questions or you need the lowdown, this is going to be the stream to answer all those questions. Before we jump into that, let me just remind you, you can claim your taco points on the website if you RSVP'd. Oh, well, you got to check in during the stream. I guess it's not working quite yet, but you can RSVP still, and then you'll be able to claim there. We've got a bunch of giveaways and stuff going on. Next week I'll be launching some more raffles. I've got 5 vouchers for Monk Coin codes if you're playing Raven Idol. I've got those Eve Online, Eve Frontier vouchers as well. So be ready for all of those. But without further ado, let's bring on our co-host Fea and our friend
Hi.
from YGG, Jules. How are you?
Hi, everyone.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, obviously there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a lot to talk about, but before we dive into all of that, Thea, how are you doing? Happy that you can join us here. I heard you were having some internet issues earlier this week.
Yeah, because of the frequent rain and also you heard that, right? The earthquake. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's ano, it's like what do you call that? Nearer in our area, so much stronger than before. So
oh,
we're like double alert. We're alert all the time. And
but
just
you're up.
yesterday, we have like an our neighbor here, like they got their transformer on fire, so we don't have any electricity.
Oh wow.
A lot, a lot.
What about you, Jules? You're okay there? You're outside of the earthquake zone?
Yeah, I'm thankfully I have not been affected, but yeah, still on high alert for sure.
Yeah,
I guess you guys can't really get away from natural disasters either, flood season or earthquake season for you
It's
guys.
really it's yeah, something we're used to in the Philippines for sure. Yeah.
yeah. You need to get used to it.
Well, fingers crossed that there's nothing crazy, any too much crazier coming up, and especially hopefully not during YGG Play Summit when Corsity's there. He's as I've said, we've never really experienced anything like that. The odd tornado here in Canada, and they're very
Mm,
small tornadoes, but other than that, we're pretty fortunate. We don't experience stuff, especially in the interior of Canada.
mm.
Okay, should we dive in to the YGG Play platform?
Yeah, let's
Jules,
do it.
should we where do we want to start off here? Should we just dive right into the main landing page, I guess?
Yeah, I guess yeah, that makes sense. Sure.
So when you go to yggplay.fun, you're gonna drop in here. And this is gonna show you, everything as you scroll down there, Fea. You'll be able to dive through. If you need any about us. Hopefully, you guys don't need to use that page right now, but it'll go through our games and everything like that, and our wiki and everything else. But the main thing you want to click on is the Launchpad there, and it'll pull you over to the Launchpad page.
Yeah.
So, Jules, do you just want to kind of give us a brief overview of what we're looking at on the Launchpad? What tabs are going to be important for people, and then what they can do on each tab?
Yeah, so to start, yeah, obviously YGG Play is, a launchpad. So we will be launching tokens from different games periodically. So our debut launch is of course the LOL token, which is the token of our own game, LOL Land, YGG developed and published. And in the future, we'd like to launch tokens from other games as well. So on the left side, I think for most people, what you're gonna care about most is the quests. So the quest section. So I mean, I'm sure a lot of people listening are veterans of GAP Guild Advancement Program. So I think this sort of format is still gonna be familiar. So we still have individual quest pages. If you go up to the upper right, you can filter by game. So I know it looks a bit uh maybe a bit cluttered at first, but you if you go up, say go up and to the right, you can filter by there. Yeah. So for our debut, of course, we have four games. So Lawland, Giga Chadbat, Gigaverse, and Proof of Play Arcade. So you can filter. Uh, you can filter. You can use the filter to only show the quest for that game. So like we can do Lawland, yeah. And then these are each of the Lawland quests. So you can click one. For example, yeah, like gift giver. And then basically you just have to hit enroll, right? Hit enroll. So in order to qualify for the quest, you have to enroll. So make sure that before you start playing, that you enroll in the quest that you guys are interested in doing, since progress will not count if you're not enrolled, right?
And this is all linked directly right to our API, right? So it's not like people have to submit forms or do anything like
Yep.
that.
So like I mentioned Gap earlier. So one of the new things with YGG Plays, yeah, we are not doing any more manual quest verification. So this is all gonna be done through via our API. So yeah, no more submitting forms, no more opening tickets in Discord. It's just you do the action in game, and if the game detects that you did it, yeah, it will send that info to us, and you will get the points, the corresponding points for the quest. So I will say though, it is the UI. This is something that the design team is aware of. So we're aware of it. Right now for unlimited quests, so quests that you can do repeatedly. Like for example, can you go to Giga Chatbat, Thea? So like let's say Giga Chatbat, Slugger, right? This is the quest to hit home runs. So you can technically hit as many home runs as you want, right? Look for the Slugger quest. There on the right, I see it, Slugger. So there's no limit. You can hit, one home run, 10 home runs in a single day. And right now the problem is that the UI, it won't show up as completed, but you just be rest assured that you will get the points. So when the points calculate at the end of every day, you will get the correct amount of points. Like if you hit 100 home runs, for example, like if you hit 50 home runs. So yeah, we're working on improving like the feedback. So like how many times you've done it, how many times you've done the quest.
Yeah, this is one of the big upgrades of
Mhm.
having our own published games linked with a platform, is because again we have API access right away, so we can just pull that data. One thing to note, guys, is really make sure though that your YGG Play Launchpad profile has the same abstract wallet as
Yep.
whatever
Yeah.
you're using for these games, because that's how we pull the API data and link it up. So if you're using one abstract wallet for the platform and a totally different one for any of these games, we're not going to be able to pull that data
Yep.
properly. So do keep that in
Yeah.
mind. That's a really, really big point.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Your abstract wallet is basically where everything is tied to. So make sure that your wallet address on the Play platform and the one you used to play are the same.
So yeah, those are big ones. Like you said, Jules, there's weekly quests, which I guess reset weekly, and then the unlimited ones are just as many times as possible. Are we going to
Mhm.
be seeing different different kind of durations in here? Could we see like monthlies? Could we see
Yeah.
dailies? That kind of thing?
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. I mean, like we even have a special kind of quest now in Lawland called one-time quests. So like these are quests that you basically just do once, and then like they're considered complete forever. So they're kind of I think at the bottom maybe. So they're tied to accumulating balance in Lawland. They're the fat wallet, the big bank account there. So like you can see one time.
Got it.
So
What's
like I
that
mean
big thing?
this is something I think for the super whales, like maintain 1 million premium points in your balance, or have 1 million premium points in your premium lowland. So if you're a
Yes.
super whale, yeah, and you're up to it,
It looks like there's a good variety of quests here, right? So probably one thing to note is a lot of these, if not all of them, are tied to premium modes.
yeah.
Why do you want to explain to the community why we're doing that versus, obviously allowing people to complete quests in the free mode?
Yeah, so obviously this is maybe a bit of a departure from Gap, because in Gap we did offer there was a mix of, like, free to play quests, or quests that you could do in the free mode. So for now, yeah, we have limited a lot of the quests to premium mode. This is really just to combat bad actors, to combat possible bots, or people trying to people with nefarious sort of intentions for the platform. Like in the future, like, we'd really I personally, as quest designer, would like to have free quests again. Maybe with the right game partner, like with a more skill based game, we can have a quest that's purely tied to skill that anyone could do. So yeah, I mean, as quest designer, that's my job. Like, yeah, but for now, most of the quests, yeah, are tied to premium mode, or tied to purchasing something, right?
Yeah, I think the only free one that we were talking about earlier before stream was the one for upvoting Gigaverse on Abstract.
Yeah, so yeah, in game in Gigaverse, like, there's that NPC that you can talk to upvote. So yeah, that's technically a free quest right now. Vote for
And
the
that,
verse.
and
Yeah.
yeah, and that one's weekly. So
Yes.
weekly you can easily do that and grab some points for
Points.
the
Yeah. So
platform.
yeah. So yeah, and you're capped because, like, you can only upvote once a week, right? So
So
this
it's
is a
pretty
good kind of,
easy.
yeah. This is a pretty easy quest to, like, to. It's okay to have it free, since there's a hard cap in game. Yeah.
Hard cap in game, and if somebody really wants to go for the stress of botting it, I guess it's not upsetting for us for somebody to upvote.
Yeah. I'm
um,
sure the Gigaverse team will love it if you make multiple abstract wallets and upvote.
um, just in general, Jules, do we want to kind of go over some of the maybe easier premium quests for each game? So obviously you'll
Yeah.
still have to buy premium balls or premium rolls, but maybe the
Yeah.
ones that are easily obtainable where they don't have to necessarily be a whale.
Yeah. So I would say, if you want just to earn points pretty easily, I would say, yeah, I would say Gigaverse is pretty fair, since since the gameplay quest, the dungeon run, we're you only have to complete the run, right? We're not we're not looking at how far you can go in the dungeon. So maybe in a future update, we'll have quests tied to, like, going to how deep, or how long can you run. But right now, the Gigaverse quest is just simply completing the dungeon run. So we're not looking at your progress. So whether you die on the first enemy, or you get to, like, level 10, you're really deep into the dungeon, you'll get the same points. So this is a pretty, I think, easy quest to do. And buying the juiced status is also, I think, not so, it's not so heavy on the wallet, as compared to, like, buying premium balls or premium rolls in Lowland and GCB.
Yeah, Lowland's Gigaverse is kind of one of the different outliers of the games that we have published right now because it's a little
Yeah.
bit more, I guess you could say skill based in the sense where you're not relying as much on RNG.
Yeah.
Um, like
It's not so casual degen, like GCB and Lowland.
exactly, this is more of like the traditional RPG style where you can kind of grind it out. So if you're playing Gigaverse, most likely you'll already be running juice because it gives you such a big boost. So you might
Boost,
as
yeah.
well be running these quests in the background and earning points as well.
Yeah. So yes, you said in the background. So yeah, that's basically what I've been doing since the past couple of days since launch. So I have Lowland running on auto spin. Then I'm playing the other three games. Like I'm doing my daily run in. I'm using all my energy in Gigaverse. I'm hitting some balls in GCB. So yeah, I think that's a good way to do it.
So as for the other games, maybe let's talk a little bit about what Proof of Play Arcade is, because that's actually fairly new to our community.
Yeah. So Proof of Play it's basically a roguelite. So it's based on Pirate Nation. So I'm sure some people are familiar with that, right? So Pirate Nation is a Web3 game also. So there will be more proof of play quests in the future. Like we are working with them to expand the roster of quests, so you can expect more. Like this is just an introductory quest as of now, but there will be like the more they proof of play will eventually have like a roster of quests similar to the other three games. So we're working on that.
Thea, you're probably familiar with Pirate Nation, right? I think the game testers played it quite a bit.
Yeah, we played that
Yeah. So
before, and then
yeah,
yeah.
it's a roguelite game, so it is like kind of similar to Gigaverse. It's like a run based or session based type game. So there's like a element of randomness in each
So is
run.
this
In like
Yeah, the game's live now, right?
it is, yeah,
So you could dive in, and I'm assuming this game has a lot of the familiar mechanics
okay.
with Pirate
yeah,
Nation. Yeah, there
nation,
we
yep,
go.
yeah. And since it's an arcade, they have an arcade style model where you have to buy tokens. So like each run consumes a token. So you will need to spend a little bit to. But yeah, one token is like very affordable. So our introductory quest has you buy 10 tokens. So I think that's not even $5, maybe even less. 10 tokens. And then you can do possibly 10 runs, right? If you spend one run per token.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Let's dive maybe back over to Lowland there, and we'll go through some of the easy quests people can do in that one.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean Lawland, of course, since it is a game of chance, it will you are kind of banking on RNG to get some of them. So like in terms of like easy quests, I would say the jackpot quest is very easy. So it doesn't matter which board you play on, as long as you hit jackpots, you get you can earn points. And then I guess this is a bit of some alpha here, but obviously Lowland has many different boards, right? So like there are like, I think 10 plus boards now in Lowland. So all I'm gonna say is that not all boards are made equal. So there are certain boards that I think are maybe more slightly favorable to completing the quest. So like getting the jackpots, getting the epic wins, the giga wins. So I think it's up to you guys, the players, to figure out like which board might be the best for farming points on YGG Play.
Yeah, there's definitely some boards that are more conducive to hitting jackpots easier and stuff like that, which could
Yeah,
probably, if you're trying to hit as many jackpots as
yeah. So
possible.
there, yeah, jackpot winner premium did it on the lower, on the right. Yeah, there, that quest. Yeah, so this can be done on any board, right? So even if you don't have an NFT, you can do it on the default board on the YGG starter board. So, but yeah, I mean, if you want to really, I guess, sort of maximize, I think try and explore the NFTs to see like because they grant you access to the different boards, right? Since yeah, there are certain boards that I will say are probably will get you more points on YGG Play. Like not all boards are made equal.
Yeah, you probably want to balance out what probably has the best jackpot chance, as well as the ones that have a bunch of quests for them, right? Because Faye,
Yeah.
if you go back, we've got a bunch of quests for
Yeah,
all the
so
different boards there,
yeah,
right?
all the different boards basically have quests for when you get an epic win, huge win.
Mm.
There, mega and epic, yeah. So Carnival, yeah, for example.
So if you do have an NFT for one, like I have one for the pirate board, you probably want to enroll it in the pirate board quests as well as
Mm,
that jackpot one, and then that way I'm maximizing my possible points.
yep. Yeah. So I think that some of the more recent boards currently do not have quests since like the quests were developed like a few weeks before. So some of the more recent releases are not yet represented here. So
Yeah,
it's
and I think it's important for people to understand here because we're getting some questions in chat here. These points are different than the points that you're getting on the community website. Like, so you got to think about YGG Play as more of our in-house publishing platform. So you're not going to see like game partners outside of our publishing arm. It's only going to be games that YGG Publishing is essentially, made or developed that you're going to be seeing here
yeah.
versus on the community website where you can claim your taco points and stuff like that. Those are just going to be partners and friends of YGG that you'll see there. So make sure you understand that differentiation. And if people do ask, that's it. The same thing with your YGG points. Your points on the play platform are totally separate from the points on the community platform. They don't cross over. Jules, I think maybe in the future there might be a possible
Yeah.
integration, but as of right now, it's not in the roadmap, right?
Yeah. I would say it's on the priority scale. It's like on the lower end for now. But yeah, I mean, definitely we would love to reward the efforts of those who are very active on the community platform as well.
So just make sure you guys know that. And I think again, it's important to note that we're going to be using the points very differently on the play platform than how we're using it on the community side, right? Like I think the plan for the community website was every quarter or whatever your points are going to be essentially burned for conversion into YGG token. That's not going to be the case on the play website, right?
Yeah. So the play website, the points, yeah, are for pledging to the launchpad.
So maybe that's a good segue for us to kind of move over to the launch pad and talk a little bit about that. So, Fea, if you go over, and I guess it's tokens, right?
Yeah,
You're in
token.
you're in the launch pad essentially right now, Fea. So if you click tokens at the top, that will take you over to the tokens launch pad, not the game questing port. Excellent. So right now, the first one we're going to be having is the Lawland token, correct?
Yep. So obviously, being our flagship game at YGG, so the first token we're launching is our own token, so the LOL token. So yeah, the full details of like the utility are there on the token page. Like I don't want to say like you can just read it, I guess, to all the viewers. But yeah, I mean, holding the token will give you perks within the game. Basically, is the idea. Like what the those are. Yeah, you can read here in the token page.
Yeah, it's I'm actually gonna our friends at Emphasis here have made a really good article that's live on the YGG Play section in the news area. So if you click news, you can read more here. And essentially, oops, not that one. Right here. So this is the play to airdrop section for the Lowland token, and if you have any questions or stuff like that, you can always refer back to this page. But yeah, let's run through this, and hopefully, if people have any questions, we can kind of go through it as well. So let me see. I'm just going to answer a few questions that we have here before they go up so far. So here's one. Ooh, this is going to be a pretty tricky one. So after hitting the 90K target, participants can't get refunds, yet Lawland has no intrinsic or guaranteed value. How does this policy shift market market risk to the player, or is it really a safe launch pad? That's a tricky one. I think the idea for us, the reason before we hit that 90K, that if we don't hit it, people get refunds, is because the launch pad would be too low. I think people need to understand that there is no intrinsic value for any token that gets really launched, um, whether it's on our platform or in general. Uh, but again, if we don't hit that 90K target for whatever reason, people will get refunds. I think after that, the reason we don't do refunds is because then it does have, I guess, enough a pool of people that are going to be getting the tokens that it's safer. Does that does that make sense? Did I explain that well, Jules? Maybe you can explain it
Yeah,
better than me.
yeah. I would just want to stick to talking about quests since I'm not fully. Oh, I don't fully know the whole mechanics, of the the token process.
Yeah, that's a hard hitting question. It's probably better
Yeah,
for somebody in finance or something from our team to
yeah.
explain it
I
there.
don't want to give wrong information on stream. So
Yeah. Um, what are the points conversions going to be like for that? So again, we're giving out different amounts of points. I'm guessing for our quest here than what we usually traditionally do for Gap, right?
yeah. So yeah, basically, I mean, I guess you guys can figure out that, yeah, doing harder quests will give you more points, right? So, like for example, in GCB, there's the quest Grand Slam, which is a very hard quest to get. You have to hit a home run, and you have to flip a home run card during the boost phase, which is like a very rare thing that occurrence. So, obviously, doing harder quests will get you more points during each points calculation. So, back on the Launchpad website, right? Like, you can kind of at 0 UTC every day. That's when the points for the day are calculated and distributed. Based on all the people that were questing for that day.
Got it. Okay, so we've got a few other questions here. Does this mean two websites are different? Yeah, 100%. So community questing is, again, for our partner games that aren't part of the publishing arm,
Yeah,
versus like the YGG Play one is specifically only for our publishing arm games. That's the big differentiator between it. I wouldn't say that. Outside of that, there's a huge difference. You can kind of still expect a lot of the mechanics that you saw in Gap across both platforms, because again, Jules, you're going to be the one that's mainly heading up all the ones for the Play platform, but I think you're still going to have a little bit of oversight over the community side as well, right?
yeah, yeah, probably. Yeah,
Excellent.
yeah, yeah. During, like, like, I guess, cases where there is overlap. Yeah.
How many points do I know how much each quest is worth?
Right now, that's not something that we disclose. Basically, yeah. Since I will just say that the points that you get will vary each day depending on, like, the number of people who are on the platform, right, and doing completing quests. So you're all basically like questing for a slice of the points for that day. Like, it's the best I can explain it.
Yeah, that makes sense. So essentially, it's a pool of points daily or
Hmm.
weekly, and people are vying for that slice. So you could
Yeah,
see a variation on your points depending on how many people, I guess, hit a home run that day, or so on and so forth. So um, there isn't a direct points conversion. I guess that fluctuates per day, which is again different than how we've done it before. But just keep that in mind.
yeah, and yeah, like, I guess I want to stress again that, yeah, you guys can, I guess, figure out that doing harder things are worth more points, basically. So, like, the harder quests, like, hitting home runs, for example, getting the jackpots, the giga wins in Lowland, like, those will probably increase your points contribution more than doing a simple task, like the upvote task, or hitting like a single, a double in GCB, for example. So yeah, the harder achievements, yeah, will get you more points during each points calculation cycle.
Perfect. Um, Again, we've got a bunch of questions regarding the token. Guys, me, Jules aren't the best to talk about that.
Yeah.
Our finance or even Gabby's probably the best person, unfortunately. Um, but as for tokens during the TGE, again, if you need any information, I really highly recommend looking at this page here. It goes over the airdrop distribution, how that's going to work. Again, you can see here we've got a chart, and Farsis has really tried to go over all of the details as best as possible. Um, Again, here's talking about the staking mechanic, how points are you know delegated and what you'll be able to use it for, and then an overall summary. So I really highly recommend if you want to dive into that, jump here to news and go to this page because it's got a lot of really, really good information there. And I'll try and have Gabby come on or one of our finance team to answer a lot more
Yeah,
of
maybe
the,
maybe even someone from Lawland itself. Yeah.
yeah, just to talk about how they're going here. Um, Excellent. Okay, I think that covers all of the general questions right now. Let's talk a little bit about the staking just here. So if you click that stake icon on the right there, whoop, you'll be able to stake your YGG tokens, right? So
Mhm.
we've ended staking on the community platform for the time being, and right now, if you have YGG tokens, you're gonna want to pull them over to the
Yeah.
YGG Play platform. Now, I haven't confirmed this, but I think you're using tokens on. I guess it's got to be on Abstract because
On
that's what you
abstract,
want.
yeah. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
I actually just bridged in my YGG, like, yeah, in preparation for the staking. Yeah. So abstract bridge, yeah, it is like pretty user friendly. I think anyone uh that's been a veteran of Web3 can figure out how to operate the abstract bridge to move tokens into your abstract wallet.
So again, another very important thing, right? Like we don't have multiple wallet setup on the launchpad, as far as I know. So make sure the wallet that you're connecting is the same one that you're going to be sending your YGD tokens to,
Mhm.
because it's all integrated with that, right? So make sure you know that you're having those properly put in there. But then you can stake whatever YGG tokens you have. And what's this going to do for you, Jules? Like, what are you going to
Yeah.
be able to do with the stake tokens right
So
now?
yeah, staking right now just gives you passive points, right? So during like so at the end, so at 0 UTC every day, you will get an amount of points proportional to the amount of YGG you're staking. So it's a way to, yeah, basically earn passive points without doing any of the quests. So if none of the games on the platform interest you currently, yeah, you can still earn points just by staking YGG. If you're not interested in playing or doing any of the quests right now, the game, like, yeah, you're not into the games, then yeah, you can still earn points just by staking your YGG.
That's good to know. So if people, for whatever reason, you can't access the premium, maybe you're region locked for whatever, you can still
Yeah.
participate in the launch pad if you've got YGG tokens, whether you buy them or you're using your previous Gap season tokens. Um, so that's probably a good segue here. There is another page I think that involves staking or launch pool right on the left there. Let me see.
It's the token page itself.
Yeah. So if you just click that there, Fea.
Yep.
Yeah. So, do you want to just briefly go over how the pledging and stuff like that works, Jules, to the
Yeah.
best of
So
your
yeah.
ability?
So yeah. I mean, the full details like are all here, but like, I mean, I think if you're familiar with, like, how, let's say, an exchange will do a token launch, or like, or other launchpad platforms, that you will be familiar with how it works. So basically you have to pledge the points that you earned from questing and staking that you have to pledge here once the token the TGE event is live. So you'll have to all the points you've earned you can pledge there, and then you also have to contribute YGG, so the tokens itself, to secure your allocation.
Yeah, so pretty straightforward again, right? I think another important thing to hear is so there's two different things if you scroll up here. Faya, back, just scroll up. No, not down. Back up, right? So points will obviously get burned if you're pledging them, correct?
Yep.
And then contribution, do you lose those YGG tokens as well if you're contributing?
That I'm not sure of the answer. I don't want to say. I don't want to give wrong info again. So like, yeah, I have to double check.
Yeah, there's some mechanics that are shifting a little bit, give or take, when we were looking through when we're going through here. So we'll try and get that info properly. It's probably in that Emphasis article there, but just if I remember correctly, certain ones, depending on the platform, the tokens will be essentially taken, and other ones it won't be. So just make sure you read the article fairly closely to make sure whatever TG we're doing.
There is some info also at the bottom, so you can scroll to the bottom of this page. Yeah. So there. So pledge your points, and then you have to commit your YGG. Number 3 there.
Yeah, so there it goes. Excess will be refunded, and then so I'm assuming if they're saying refunded, it's if there's an excess, it will be refunded, but your general contribution won't be. Again, you guys are asking some really great questions. It's unfortunate that myself and Jules don't have the answers to those, but we'll try to ask it. You could always reach out to Gabby on Twitter as well, and sometimes he'll answer some questions there. But these are a lot more finance related than what we're really equipped to talk about here. Unfortunately, we're more of the side.
Yeah, hopefully over the coming weeks, we can get more team members, from the various sections of YGG Play to come on, and they can answer your questions.
Yeah, or again, right, guys, jump into the YGG Play Discord and ask your questions there instead of inside our community Discord. Again, our community side is more for the community-based stuff, and the YGG Play one has a lot more of the info there. Our job is mainly to compile your questions and stuff like that and pass it back to the team and review the questing side, which is more for that. Again, we're not so much big on the technical stuff versus the questing stuff for that. But yeah, that generally covers it, right? We're still in very, very early days of the Play platform, and the amount of published games that we have there. There's definitely a lot more in the pipeline.
For sure.
This is the general one that we wanted to get out and going and really ready before YGG Play Summit really kicks off. I'm sure we'll be debuting probably a few more things in that. But yeah, keep that in mind. And again, remember, YGG token is going to be the main token of the ecosystem. From what I've gathered from all of our articles and stuff like that, is we don't have a plan on putting Lawland or anything else on a centralized exchange there. It's all going to be there. That's not to say that people can't put it on a DEX or anything like that, but YGG token is going to be the main ecosystem token overall, and each of the game tokens is going to be very, very locked in and hyper focused on the game itself. So obviously the Lawland token will be used for benefits in the Lawland game, and really only inside of that game. So keep those in mind. If you're a big longtime whale, this token's probably going to be really, really good for you. Or if you're a speculator who believes in the lawland game itself and the continued evolution of that game, that's where that token's really going to shine. But again, be on the lookout. I'm sure you'll probably see a Giga token in the future or anything out there. Again, I don't have a confirmation on that. That's just from my personal understanding. But that's kind of how I'm seeing things shape up.
Yep.
So I just want to ask a question.
Of course.
Yeah, sure.
Also curious about this. So, Johnny asks, if is there a chance to play in Lowland Premium or GigaChat without using VPN in the future? Since
Ooh,
Cool.
I'm pretty sure that's really up to the jurisdiction you're in and how they're dealing
Yeah.
with crypto, right? So I'm lucky here in Canada that crypto is actually regulated. So we've got things in place already to allow people to participate in these things, right? I'm assuming in the Philippines your regulation is very different than ours,
Yeah.
and that's why
uh,
we're region locking, right, Jules?
Yeah. So yeah, it's really something more for legal. But yeah, right now we are region locked in a few territories in Asia. So yeah, I mean I really can't say. Like I mean, in a perfect world, yeah, of course we'd love to be open to anyone, but unfortunately, yeah, it's not a perfect world. So
Yeah, it's unfortunately not something we can control on the YGD end. It's a
yeah.
jurisdiction issue. So depending on the legalities, we have to consult our legal team, and our legal team either gives us the green light or the red light to region lock or participate in a region. And unfortunately, a lot of the Asian countries right now are very, very, very strict with crypto regulation. And if that's the case, we probably don't want to either A, take the risk, or B, we're just downright not allowed to. And unfortunately, PH falls into that right now. So
Hmm.
um, as our community will say, the only way to skirt around that is to use a VPN, and we at YGG aren't gonna say that we endorse VPNs, but that's technically the only way that you can do it. So use that at your own risk, at your own peril. We're not endorsing that wink wink nudge nudge from the YGG side.
yeah.
Faye, are you seeing any other questions here? Verdi's
Yeah, I'm
asking some
thinking
big questions here in chat, and sorry, Verdi,
about
I
the
don't.
defense.
Yeah, he's asking a lot of the stuff here. Like I said, from what I understand, we're not listing on the on a CSX CEX, a centralized exchange, because we want to keep that YGG token as the main figure, as a main ecosystem token. That's what I've gathered from Gabby's posts and from talking to him. Again, very sorry that we don't have a lot of the other hard hitting questions that you answered. Very, very good questions. I will say so myself. Maybe try jumping into the YGG Play Discord, and maybe one of them will have the answer for it. But we're just not equipped to it, as Jules said, and I don't want to give you wrong information in regards to that. But as far as what I know from Gabby is, we only want to have the YGG token on the centralized exchange, especially if we start having a lot more tokens, whether it's Lawland or Giga or many of the other tokens. Again, think of the publishing arm. Eventually, we want to have like 50, 100 different published games under YGG. And if we have a token for like almost all of those games, that's a lot of centralized exchange tokens to put on there. So it's a lot easier just to let people know that the YGD token is essentially the token that's going to have the basket of all of those other tokens kind of contributing to underneath of it.
Hmm.
Mhm.
At least from what
So
I
we have an interesting. Oh yeah,
yeah.
an interesting one from Jolters. When it comes to game dev costs, which is cheaper, getting partnership with Launchpad or with a community quest team?
If I'm understanding that question properly, is it asking how to get launched with YGG? Like, if you have a game,
Probably.
if you have a game What's the easiest way to get partnered with YGG? Is that
I'm
how I'm
not sure.
understanding
But
that correctly?
Yeah.
Because again, we got to remember YGG plays only for games that are published by YGG. Um, so if you're not publishing a game with YGG, you're going to see it on the community questing platform. You're not going to see it on the YGG platform. That's the easiest differentiator to think about, right? So if we're publishing a game in house, right, um, you'll see it on the YGG Play side. If it's a partnered game, you'll only see it on
Yeah.
the community side, right? That's the biggest differentiator. So let's say an example, right? We had Raven Idol, Raven Quest come on earlier on the stream. They're their own publishing game, right? They're their own developer and everything like that. That has nothing to do with YGG, but they're a friend of ours, right? They're essentially a partner. That's why you'll see it on the community side. You won't see it on the publishing side. The only way that you'd ever see Raven Quest on the publishing side in the future is for whatever reason if publishing was to buy out the rights to it, and then you would see it there. But again, very unlikely because Raven Quest is doing extremely well themselves. So there should be no reason why YGG publishing would essentially purchase the rights to that game and then have it under that branch.
Yeah. Or in some cases too, like in the case of GCB, uh, there already was a GigaChat game actually, right? I'm sure some of you are aware that like there's a GigaChat bat on Telegram, a Telegram version, and then YGG is publishing the abstract version basically. So yeah, I mean that's basically. I mean, if you're familiar with how publishing deals work, in the game industry, like not just Web3, I would say it's pretty similar, right? Like like in like say for example, like in Web 2, like let's say Ubisoft or EA, those are publishers, right? They publish games from studios not necessarily under their umbrella from time to time. So
Exactly.
yeah,
So exactly the same idea, right? If you're familiar with Activision,
yeah,
Blizzard, EA, Ubisoft, right? They do have some in-house studios, or they end up buying some studios
hmm
to add under their umbrella. But at the end of the day, they're a publisher, right? So it's the same for a lot of IPs, right? You have essentially a publisher that is in charge of getting those games out there or funding these studios, and that's essentially what YGG Play is. So that's not to say that again, certain IPs could possibly get purchased in the future by Play, and then fall under that umbrella. But at the time being, right, just use that general differentiator that community games are going to be for the ones that aren't under a publishing arm, and YGG Play is all for the stuff that's under publishing. I did see another good question by EOG. So, can we expect any other IPs or games from YGG Play that are outside of the abstract chain? Jules, do you have any idea about this? I think right now we're thinking about sticking to abstract, but we're
yeah,
not adverse to eventually
yeah,
stepping outside of it.
yeah. I think in the short term, yeah, we will be on abstract. Like I don't want to say exclusively, but yeah, probably abstract is the priority for now. Like in the short term, for sure, right? But I think yeah, the grand vision for YGG Plays that we can eventually be a launch pad, for any network, for any chain. So like we could launch games, on all the chains out there. I don't want I don't want to name specifics since it might be taken out of context. But yeah, I think yeah the grand like long term vision is that yeah we can launch a game anywhere, on any chain, any network in Web3.
Exactly. So again, we were very big onto the Ronin ecosystem early on. Right now, abstract seems to be the one that's most effective for us to launch our games on. But that's not to say, as Jules said, that we're adverse to expanding into other chains, at least on the YGG Play platform, right? So
hmm
that's it. The community questing side on the Harbor platform, definitely expect to be multiple chains depending on what games our partners are with. But yeah, uh, Who's got a question here? I've got streamer mode on, so all I see is a D. Community questing site equals new gap or questing as well as GT. Um, I wouldn't say new gap because again, gap's been sunset, so you won't be seeing any more gap, but you'll be seeing gap quests for various games. May's working really hard on having a bar on the left for GT
Yeah.
as well as a lot of our other stuff. So definitely expect the community website to be the focus for any of our community incentive programs. So again, if you're a moderator or anything like that for the community stuff, a community content creator, all of that is going to be hosted on the community side, right? So again, we'll be hosting raffles, everything like that is all going to be on the community website. Again, we wouldn't be hosting raffles for a non YGG play game on the YGG Play website. That just doesn't make sense, right? That's again, we really want to drive home that point that that's the big differentiator between YGG Play and YGG Community is Play is only dedicated to publishing, Community is for anything outside of that.
And regarding the community questing, Kotaro asked if there will be a Web 2 game to be added.
Um, it's possible, but very unlikely, right? A Web 2 game would essentially have to come to us and want to partner with us, which I can't remember if it's happened before. I think it has. We did a few with Call of Duty. Well, not Call of Duty specifically, but with one of the esports team that was featured in Call that's very prominent in the COD community. So it's not to say it's not possible. It's just again, it's very unlikely that we get approached by a Web 2 game to be marketed, since most of our community and our marketing effort goes towards Web 3, right? So
Yeah.
not off the table, but highly unlikely.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Hopefully, yeah. Maybe the now that the play platform is live, it might bring some attention to YGG as a publisher. So fingers crossed that maybe there some Web 2 games might wanna be published by if that are considering going to Web 3 might wanna have YGG as their publisher.
Exactly.
So,
You never know. I
you never
don't
know.
think
Yeah.
it's off the tab, right?
Not now that YGG plays, it's out, it's released, and hopefully, yeah, it brings attention to the publishing arm, and yeah, maybe in the near future we get some Web 2 IPs that want to come over, with YGG as the publisher. That's I guess the dream scenario right now.
Exactly. Joel Terez, yeah, no, make sure you enroll in the quest first because it will not
Yeah.
include your previous stuff. We went over that earlier in stream, and as Joel said, enroll first and then your stuff. It will not count previous achievements and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know it's a bit cumbersome right now. Like I think in the future maybe we'll add an enroll all button or something so you can just mass enroll in all the quests. But yeah, right now you have to enroll in everything one by one. So I would say, yeah, just like before you start playing, just open up each quest page and hit enroll, even if you're not interested in doing that quest right now, since like you never know, like in the future, like you might accidentally just complete it unknowingly, and as long as you're enrolled, you will get points for that. So yeah, I would say, yeah, before you start playing, just take the time to enroll in each quest. Even yeah, right now the site is, yeah, it's a bit, the UI the UI UX can definitely be improved. Design team is aware, so
And again, if you have design feedback, definitely let them know in the YGG Play Discord. And
Yeah.
if enough people are vocal about it, I'm sure the mods or whoever there will pass that off to the design team to make sure. So again, if you want like a one button enroll for everything, make it known in that Discord that you want it. And if enough people do, it's probably not too difficult for the design team to put that together. I just wanted to quickly go over again, guys. Make sure you claim your taco points because this goes down at the top of the hour. And as I said, we've got a bunch of raffles that you're going to be able to use your taco points for. More and more are coming up, so you're gonna want to have taco points because you're gonna be spending them for stuff. Like I said, I've got 5 codes to give away in a raffle for 200 monk coins each for Raven Idol or Raven Quest, and then we have the $100 USD packages for EVIO as well. 5 codes for those. So those raffles will be going up soon. For next week, and they'll run for a week, so be on the lookout for that. I've also got confirmation that we will be giving away YGG Play Summit passes, the basic ones as well. So we will be
Wow.
giving those away on stream with the Wheel of Names, as well as having raffles on the YGG Play. No, on the YGG community platform. So again, those taco points are going to be worth it. So make sure you're tuning into this stream as well as all the other streams, whether that's game testing or AC streams, because we're giving away taco points, and you're going to be able to use those.
So one last question from Jolters. Any estimate for the creators program on YGG Play?
Ooh,
Like, will you accept small creators?
100%. We'll be accepting creators, big and small, as long as you are established to a degree, right? So you can kind of think about it in this way, right? The community platform, we also have the YGG 3C program led on by Phil there. And we essentially want to cultivate and help other streamers grow their thing. So if you're just thinking about it and you haven't established yourself, you'll probably start on the community side. And then once you got a small footing, again, we're not looking for people that have a huge following, but that are dedicated and that have consistency, right? So maybe once you've started that on the community side and you've kind of got proof of that, maybe a season or so, you'll probably be having a better chance of getting scouted on the YGG Play side. That's not to say that if you're brand new that you can't get scouted by the YGG Play one, but it'll probably help if you start in the community one. But again, wait for full details from Phil once we start fleshing out that content creator program, because I'm sure that will be available as well. Cool. I will let people ask any final questions. If you're having problems claiming your tacos, open a ticket or reach out to me. You can tag me in the AMA discussion, and I will manually send you your tacos. A lot of times your tacos won't be claimable if you haven't RSVP'd, or if you try and check in and claim late to the stream. Like if you're trying to claim right now, there's a good chance it might be bugged. Not to say it won't work, but there's a good chance it might be bugged. So definitely be on the lookout for tacos here. Should we give away some tacos, Faya, right now? Should we give away some tacos?
Yeah. Since like the 50 audience is consistent since the start
That's it.
of this stream.
That's it. Let me just quickly whip up a form. Jules, is there anything you want to close off with here? Really appreciate you taking the time to join us and go over the questing side of things.
Nothing I haven't really said already. So leave feedback in the YGG Play Discord. Like, we're aware that like the platform is very much like a work in progress right now. So we're open, to all your comments and suggestions on how we can improve the process, the UI UX of it. So please be vocal in on the Play Discord. And I would say try and do as many quests as you can. Like, I know that like there is a spend requirement for some of them, but like I think at the very least, even if you end up not liking the game, you still get some points out of it, which you can use towards the token launch. So like I think that's the beauty of the Play platform, right? Yeah, you're walking away with something for the time and the time you spent playing and the money you spent.
Yeah, at that end of the day, if for whatever reason you can't participate in the quests, if you have YGG token, you can at least pledge or stake it and be earning points that way too, right?
Yep.
So we've got options here. Here is the taco form, guys. I will give you 5 minutes or so. Jules, if you gotta head off, man, I know it's top of the hour and it's late for you guys, so feel free to hop off while we figure out the giveaway here.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, always a pleasure, Jules. And I think as we add more quests on the community platform or anything like that, we'll have you back on.
Yeah, for sure. Anytime. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for all your questions, YGG community. Yeah. So I'll be heading off now. Thanks.
Yeah, catch you later, Jules.
And I'm gonna fill up as well.
Yeah, make sure you fill it up, fill it out. I need to share my screen. Then we got to share Will names. And right now it's not populated. Yes, your Discord username.
Just use
Actually, that's what I need to put in the forum. Thank you for reminding me, guys. Almost forgot. I'm gonna update this really quickly. I need your Discord ID because that's how we distribute your points. So not only do I need your name so I can shout you out, but I need your Discord ID. So please edit the forum. You guys can go back and edit it. And I need you to put your Discord ID so I can distribute your points should you win. Thank you, newbie. That was good. Yeah. As Yassi said, right? Make sure you put in your ID because I'll need that. If you're one of the lucky winners, it makes my life a lot easier to distribute these points. So, and how many people should we be giving away points to? How many people? There'll be 5 extra points. So I'm going to be doing 5 extra points.
5 taco points each.
Yes, exactly. Should we do 5 for 5 again? 5 people,
Yes.
5 points. I think that's pretty fair. That's a 1 in 10 shot.
Let's go.
We're up to 33 people in the forum. Come on, guys.
We have 57 people.
Some people might be AFK.
Probably.
I need to create another tab for winners here.
So by next week, you're gonna like raffle tickets.
Yeah. I've already got 2
PS.
raffles all queued up, and I've got the approval from
Only Explorer, right?
Obviously, yeah. We're not giving away the $900 one. That'd be nuts. But we'll save you the $10 entrance fee there by raffling them away. And I've been essentially told that we're able to give away passes every week all the way up until YPS. The number might fluctuate a bit, but expect a bunch of passes to go up. Not only so we'll be doing a few passes on stream live, whether that's in Hangouts or AC's Hangouts or with Miss May, but we'll also have some live on the website. So there'll be lots of ways for people to win access to it. And that's why I'm saying there'll be different ways. And again, we're also been talking to a lot of our partners about including stuff. So Rave Idol was really great. They gave away a bunch of battle passes, as well as we've got the vouchers for Monk coins. So we'll be doing that, and we'll be using the raffle system on the website so people can use their taco points. Okay, guys. I think I'm gonna close out that forum because I'm not seeing any names coming in. Not seeing more forum responses.
So we got like 30
The
plus.
forum is not opening.
40.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I have streamer mode on, which sucks because I can't see names sometimes.
And
Oh, he has streamer mode on. That's why I can't see. Okay, guys. One more minute and I will close it. If I don't see any more responses, I will close it out and we will add to the wheel of names here. But yeah, we're amping up the giveaways. The reason I wanted to have the raffle outside of the people tuning in as well is that for certain giveaways, people can really choose what they want. So let's say for like Frontiers, if you're not a big Frontiers person, you don't need to spend your taco points on that giveaway, right? But if you're really into Raven Idol, which I've been grinding out all the time myself, uh, then you can spend a bunch of your points, right? So because the way it works is you can buy multiple tickets to increase your chances
yeah.
of winning, right? You don't have to just you can kind of gamify it a little bit there by buying more more tickets if you wanted to spend all your taco points. There's
I was
options.
checking the site. I was checking the platform for the raffle tab and it was removed.
Yeah, so it got removed because we didn't have any ongoing raffles and we didn't
Yeah.
want to clutter the platform. So once we get a new one there, we'll be adding another one.
Mm.
So be on the lookout for that. That's coming soon.
Yeah, check the platform from time to time. But there will be announcement, right? If there will be like a raffle.
Yeah, and again, the raffles will be open for like a week, so you'll have a whole week to open
Yeah.
tickets. So even if we don't make an announcement, somebody will shout it out on stream.
Yeah.
You'll
I'm
get it.
sure.
You'll get an update on it. Okay, I am seeing no more names. Closing the forum. No longer accepting responses. We've got 40 people. That your odds are very good. So let me copy this and let's put this in the wheel of names. There you go. Wheel of names. 40 people. 5 winners. Five YGG points. I mean, 5 taco points each.
I
So
can see
let's
my
go.
name. Me. One more.
So close. So close.
It's so close.
No, Gerard. Taco
Me.
point.
Oh my god. Second
Oh,
timer.
here. Let me shuffle it for you.
No, just taco points, not YGG tokens.
Yeah.
Asokotaro is asking if there is an update about the week 1 and week 2 plays out leaderboard.
Ooh, I don't have any updates yet. What kind of Labu? What kind of updates are you looking for? Like if there's just gonna
Other rewards.
be about the rewards?
Yeah.
No updates yet.
Is this the last winner now?
That's the last winner.
Oh
Here's
my
here's
god.
our winners list right there.
Congrats, guys.
Congrats. Here we go. I will send those 5 taco points over after the stream.
And
I
that's
can't give away all the points, guys. Okay, I can't give away. You're getting points for just tuning in. Okay, perfect. Well, thanks so much, everybody, for joining. Hopefully, you enjoyed that. Hopefully, you've got some alpha as well for sticking around. Like I said, you got your taco points, so you'll be able to participate in raffles. Again, maybe you want to save some if you want that YGG Play Summit ticket. Maybe you want Monk coins. You'll have options here. I have how many taco points do I have saved up right now? I got 34. So I don't know about you, Thea, but I have an
24.
okay amount.
29? I got
I
29.
see. Because right
Yeah,
now
same.
I'm here. Maybe I can get some questions. Do you guys want raffle tickets to cost only 1 taco point, or should it be 5 taco points?
5.
Again, it's gonna change differently, but
5.
I'm leaning towards 5 versus 1.
Same here. 5. 5 for Explorer ticket.
Remember, if it's 1 taco point, it doesn't change it. It means you still could spend 5 taco points, or a whale could come in and spend 30 taco points, and then their odds are even better. So remember that.
10 for plane ticket.
What are you flying on, like a cardboard plane for 10 taco points?
So
Jeez
they can
Louise.
attend UIPS.
Well, we'll see. I'll keep that in mind when I'm making these raffles. We'll see. Maybe I'll do a mixture of a few different ones. We'll see what works the best. But yeah, thanks so much for joining, Thea, and stay safe out there. Hopefully no more crazy earthquakes for you. And everybody, if you guys have any more questions or anything else, feel free to pop in there. Again, I'm sorry I couldn't answer too much of the technical questions there in regards to
The
you know
token. And the
the
points.
token and stuff like that. But you know, at least we were able to talk about the how the quests are designed and stuff like that. So keep that in mind. And yeah, we will see you for next week. I'm not quite sure who we have on yet. But yeah, be sure to tune in and watch out for the announcements, and we will catch you in the metaverse. Cheers, guys.
Thanks so much, guys, for joining us. And good night.